Electricity and water goes to water and electricity. That's an expense account. I don't know if you're asking what account it falls under or what type of account, but it will go to water and electricity, and it is an expense account. Okay, let me share a different screen, which is the question I'm going to send to you now. Here's our question now. It will be, Mohammed, it will be VAT input if you claim it back. So say now, oh, that's what you mean. Okay, so if you're paying for the electricity and the water, then the VAT that you'll be charged on that, you can claim it back, and that'll be VAT input. Okay, it'll be VAT input. Unless you're now the municipality and you're now charging other people for electricity, and then that'll be VAT output. So it depends on where you are. It depends on whether you're the one who is. So use this. Think about it this way. For you to be able to claim back money, you must have paid some money. Okay. So what I mean by that is, if I'm gonna buy a mouse and I'm charged VAT, money first had to leave my bank account for me to attain this mouse, right? And then I'm gonna claim back a portion of that money back as my VAT. Okay. That'll be my VAT input, the asset, right? Now, if I'm going to charge somebody for this particular mouse, so money comes into my bank account and it eventually has to go, so a portion of it eventually has to go out to SARS, then that's VAT output. So think about it with input VAT, first your money leaves your bank account, but then it comes back in the form of input VAT. And then with output VAT, money first goes into your bank account and then it leaves via output VAT. Okay, so don't use the 14%, use 15%. We are using 15% now. I just forgot to change it before I converted into a PDF. In any case, so this is the question. Exercise 1. The following trial balance appeared in the books of Damien Camera Center. Damien Camera Centers is a registered VAT vendor. All amounts include 15% VAT where necessary, unless otherwise indicated. Damien, so usually this means that these amounts would usually be inclusive of VAT. Okay. Usually. Damien Center does not offer receivable settlement discounts and does not receive any from the payables. Okay. So then here we are. We have the question. So this is the question. I remember, hold up, I'm gonna see something here. Okay, I'll look for it while you guys do this. So here are the transactions, okay? So you either have to take them to either cash receipts journal, cash payments journal, sales journal, purchases journal, the GJ, I don't know if I'm sales returns journal, purchases returns journal. Depending where you need to take it, that's where you'll take it. So just do number 1 for 30 minutes. And I see right now it's 19 minutes past, so we will mark at 22. Okay. Oh, sorry, at 20. So not 22, 10-2. I was going to say 10-2. But at 10-2 is your break, so we'll mark at 4 o'clock. Okay. So I'm going to zoom out. So for the first initial part, you don't necessarily need the balances. So I'm just going to show you the transaction as I send you the stuff in the background. You have 30 minutes plus the extra 10 if you're not done. All right, guys, let's do this thing. Okay, so I am going to share my whole entire screen because I'm gonna need to obviously put this here to the side. And then, this is what I'm looking for. Let me just share the whole thing. So I just want to grab this. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna call my week 3 journals, and I'm just gonna obviously move what I have in here. Then we're gonna start from scratch with these. Let's do that. Okay, but I suspect I'm gonna need 2 extra journals in here. I have suspicions to believe. I remember something like that. And if that's correct, I'm gonna grab this. I need about 1 more. Enough for this. Nope. Okay, definitely enough for that. Okay, so we're not gonna do, and I forgot to fix it from this one on the second round, but we're not gonna have allowance for discount granted because that is not in the question. So all those are gonna be 0. And I'm just gonna grab this, paste it in here, and move it down. I knew this was gonna be a problem. spent like a whole thing just trying to get this. Okay. I think I got it down now. Just rewrite date here. Okay. So this is gonna be our purchases returns journal. And then I'm also going to need my sales returns journal. So purchases returns journal, I just need one, so I'll leave it at that. Sales journal. And then I'll just take this. Okay. So this will be our sales returns journal. Let me just fix my headings. This will be sales returns. Okay. Then I'm going to make this my VAT output. That's my VAT also output. So our VAT output here is credited and over here is going to be debited, okay? We're going to credit it here and then we're going to debit it here. The other way of doing this would be to, but you guys don't do this, would be to debit your input VAT. So instead, we're just going to debit it there. Okay, then our purchases returns, then I'm going to put my VAT input here. So this VAT input will be credited as well, okay? And then our VAT input here will be debited, like you guys are used to. Okay. Receivables. That's fine. That's also fine. That's fine. Perfect. Okay, then how much of my GJ do I need? Not a lot. Okay, so now we're gonna go and I'm gonna either put this here and then we're gonna work with it, or I'm just gonna actually drag it here to the side, put this there, and then make it an uneven type of thing here. I think this will be better. Okay, so the first one there, on the second, receive 10,000 in cash from the owner's capital. So if you receive capital in the form of cash, you'll take that to your cash book receipts. If you receive it in the form other than cash, you put that in your general journal, and you will call that, it'll be capital in the sense of either the owner gave us a mic, equipment, car, land or building, trading stock, whatever the case may be. You'll put that in your general journal. You'll credit your capital and you'll debit the asset that the owner decided to give us. Okay, so in our details, you have capital. Okay, and we have 10,000. This time we have 10,000, and that is for capital. So that's number one. So then number two, sold goods at 10,000 on credit to Rayton Camera Shop. All right. So now we sold on credit. Okay, so it's a credit sale. So I'm gonna go to my DJ, sorry, my SJ, my sales journal. gonna remove these 8. I don't know what they're doing over here. They don't make sense. Okay, so in our DJ there on the 3rd, the guy's name is Rayton. So, Rayton Camera Shop, whatever. So now we sold to this guy 10,000 Camera Shop. Our sale is 10,000 Rand. That's an exclusive amount. I have to calculate the VAT, right? So I'm going to say equals 10,000 multiplied by 15 over 100, right? We're looking for 15, right? We have the 100. We're looking for the VAT amount. We have the exclusive amount. We get 1,005. I add both these amounts, I will get my inclusive amount of 11,500. Okay, next one. Purchase goods on credit. Purchase goods on credit from SINAC Corporation. Okay, so credit purchases will go to our purchases journal, not purchases return, sorry. So who's this guy? SINAC Corp. We have, where is it now? 27,000. All right. So we have 27,000 here. Okay. Why isn't all of this just, hold up, give me a second. I want to fix this quickly. Okay, that should fix it. So SINAC Corporation, 27,000. Same thing we did over there. We're gonna multiply the 15. We're gonna divide the 100. We're gonna get our VAT. Okay, and then it's gonna be that amount plus this amount. All right. Okay. Next one. We have on the 6th issued check in full settlement of Tebin manufacturers. Okay, so now we're gonna go to our CRJ. I mean, sorry, CPJ. Don't know why I'm like mixing up my CRJs and CPJs. Anyway, on the, let me see, the 6th, we have Tebin manufacturers. And let me see, 27 now. Issued a check in full settlement of Tebin manufacturers account. Okay, so you did need your balance, and I hope you'd received that balance that I sent to you guys with your email. So Tebin owed us, or we owed Tebin 120,000 Rand. Okay, that's how much you owe Tebin manufacturers. So now we are going to clear that. 120,000. Okay. So I have 120,000, and under my payables I have 120,000. All right. That's fine. Then that's the 6th. On the 7th, cash sales for the week of 56,000. Okay, so on the 7th we have a cash sale, right? So sales, or cash sales, whatever fancy you bought. Okay, the cash sale is 56,000. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, the sales amount is at 56,000. So that amount is exclusive of VAT. Then I'm gonna calculate my VAT, and for some odd reason I don't have a column for VAT here. Okay, I'm gonna remove, no, I'm not gonna remove anything. I'm just gonna add duplicate another column. And I see I also don't have one under my CPJ. So let me just create one real quick. Yes, to the right. That input. Okay. So then I'm going to say equals 56 multiplied by 15 over 115. And I'm going to get my VAT of 7,300 and 7,304. All right. Then the receivables. No, not the receivables. Sorry. The bank. Where's my bank? Where's my bank? My bank is going to be the sum of these two amounts. Going to be my bank. Did we get? Hold up. Wait a minute. Did we get markup here? We did not get markup. Well, if we did not get markup, then there's no need for cost of sales. So I'm going to remove the cost of sales. And I might have just ruined something here. Yep. Better. Okay, so that's our cash sales. Then the next thing. So that was the 7th. Then 7th, the 7th, we purchased inventory from Tom Traders for 45,000 Rand and via check. Okay. So now things are gonna get a bit different now. So we have the 7th, right? And we have Tom Traders. Now the 45,000 is going to be our inclusive amount. Okay, we issued a check of 45,000. Remember, we always pay the inclusive amount. So now if I'm looking for my VAT, I'm going to take the 45,000, I'm going to multiply it by 15, but this time I'm going to divide it by 115 to get to my VAT input, right? Was this for trading inventory? Yes. So then my trading inventory is going to have 45,000 minus the VAT, which will give me 39,130 Rand. Okay. Then the next one on the 9th, issued a check for 730 Rand to Excelsior printers for advertising brochures printed. Okay. So issued a check to Excelsior for advertising for 730. Okay, check for 730 Excelsior printing. So now I'm gonna come here on the 9th. Advertising. Okay. So issued a check for 730, okay, not paid by check, to Excelsior for printing brochures printed. Okay. So we're gonna come over here, and our sundry, we're gonna put our 730. Okay. We're gonna multiply this amount by 15 over 100. Okay. And we're gonna add them for here. All right, moving on. Raymond Camera Shop settled the account on the 30th. Okay, so obviously Raymond is our debtor, so that's how much they owe us, the 52,000. All right, Raymond Camera Shop settled on the 12th. Rayton Camera Shop. Okay, so 52,000 here and 52,000 over here for receivables, and that is done. The 14th, cash sales for the week amounted to 38,000. That is on the 14th. Sales 38,000 Rand. 50,000 Rand over here. And I'm going to calculate VAT as usual. That's not my VAT. Okay, since I didn't take VAT, I'm going to take this amount, I'm going to multiply by either 1.15, I'm going to multiply by 115, and I'm going to divide it by 100, because I went straight to the inclusive amount instead of the VAT output. And now I'm going to take the difference between these two amounts, and that's going to be my VAT amount. So you can calculate VAT however way you want to calculate it. Issued a check to SINAC019 in full settlement of their account. We also owe SINAC019. How many people do we owe? Okay. So obviously this is from credit purchases over here. Okay. So obviously if we had our discount allowed, at this point we bought on the 5th. Let me see, we issued the check now on the 15th, so we would get whatever discount that would be due to us had there be a discount over here in this question. Let me make sure that yes, mic is on. So now on the 15th, okay, let me just it is the 15th, yes. On the 15th, SINAC019, you know what? I'm just gonna say equals this block. It's the same thing, SINAC019 Corp. Okay, so we pay the full amount now. Okay, so I can either put my first amount in bank or I can put it in payable. It's gonna be the same amount. It doesn't matter. But I'm gonna take the 31,000 Rand because there was no discount on this amount as far as this question is concerned. So there we are. All right. Then sold goods to Late Studios on credit for 42,000. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my sales journal. That is on the 17th. So that is to Late Studios. Okay, that's 42,000 Rand. Okay, and that is going to be that amount. I'm going to multiply by 15 over 100, and then I'm just going to add the two amounts to get to the receipts of 48,300 Rand. Okay, then cash sale amounted to 28,500. That is on the 21st. I have more sales of 28,500. Okay, I'm going straight to my bank account. So I'm going to multiply by 115. I'm going to divide it by 100. And then obviously my VAT input would be the difference between the two amounts. So there you have it. All right. Then sold goods on credit to J Photo Services. Okay, so I'm going to go to our sales journal over here. That is on the 22nd. And we sold for 9,000. So our previous one is at 42,000 over there. All right. So that is to, who is this person? Jay's Photo. For 9,000 Rand. This amount multiplied by 15 over 100 gets you 1,350 Rand. And then if you add both these amounts, you can either add it like this, or you can say the sum of these two amounts, you get 10,350. All right. 23rd, purchase goods on credit 52,000 from Tabin Manufacturers. I'm gonna come back up here. On the 23rd, we purchased from Tabin Manufacturers. All right, 23rd for 52,000 Rand. So 52,000 Rand over here. I'm gonna calculate my VAT amount. And then I'm going to calculate my inclusive amount. Yeah, so we're done with our purchases journal as far as I can see. Then on the 24th, J Photo Services returned. Who are we, first of all? We need to know who we are. We are Damon Camera Center. Okay, cool. So who returned? Okay, return defective camera purchased on the 22nd of December. So we sold, oh, okay, the 9,000. Selling price of 3,000 Rand. Okay, so they returned only the 3,000 Rand that we sold to them on the 22nd. All right. So still the same thing, same person, I mean. So on the 24th, okay, we have J photo for 3,000. Then when I say this amount multiplied by 15 over 100, I get 450. I add the two amounts, so the sum of these two amounts will give me 3,450 Rand. Then paid water and electricity account, gotta go to CPJ for that one. That was on the 25th. Water and electricity. Okay, so water and electricity for 4,000 Rand. Okay, so now I'm gonna calculate that VAT multiplied by 15 over 100, and then the sum of the two amounts is what I'm going to take to my bank account. All right. Then on the also on the 25th, returned 3,000 worth of defective equipment to turbine manufacturers. All right. So we bought on the 23rd. So now the 25th, also turbine manufacturers. We returned how much? 3,000 Rand as well. Okay, that's weird. So we just taking 3,000 Rand and we are also returning 3,000 Rand to different guys. Okay. 100 gives us 450. I add the two up together. I get 3,450 again. All right. Then we sold goods worth 15,000 on credit to Rayton Camera Shop. Okay, come back here. 25th. No, that's the 28th. 28th. We sold goods to Rayton Camera Shop for how much? 15,000. We sold for 15,000 to this person. And I calculate that VAT. And I add the two to get to my inclusive amount. All right. Also on the 28th, cash sales for the week amounted to 11,000. It seems like we are done with this one here. Cash sales for the week amounted to 11,000. Okay. 28th, sales. Not that. Sales. Sales. Why do I keep putting a K in there? 11,000. Okay. Then obviously I'm going to multiply 15 over 100 to get to my VAT. And I'm going to add the two to get to my inclusive amount that they're going to pay us. All right, then stock taking. Stock taking reflected closing inventory of 100,000 Rand. All right. I just want to see something here. What account is that again? Okay. So our inventory is sitting at 114,800 right now, right? It's sitting at 114,800. So what this means is that counting with the system, right? So the system, you know, when you're purchasing, it'll show you these are the products that have been bought and how much products you have left over and stuff like that, right? So now what happens is that it's not always correct. So sometimes people can come and they can steal your, what is this thing? Your inventory. They can come and steal your stock or it gets damaged. Somebody dropped a yogurt. We just never put it in there that it was an inventory loss, and whatever the case may be. So that's what happens here. Or there was a drawing that was unaccounted for. But what remains is that we have an expense now, right? We have stock that is missing. At the end of the day, we have missing stock. So I'm gonna go over there. Inventory write-off. I'm not putting it in here. Sorry. Where's my GJ? Here's my GJ right here. I have my inventory write-off, which is an expense account. And I'm going to be crediting my inventory. Okay. So now I'm going to say 114,800 minus 100, 100,000. I get 14,000, and this is how much stock I must de-recognize from my inventory account. So for whatever reason, I don't have the stock anymore, and it's either it's missing, or like I said, it's trading stock. Whatever the case may be, the stock is missing. So it's missing stock. So if you had to put details for this, you'd write in brackets missing stock. Okay, so that was the whole thing, just the journals. So now you're going to post them to the general ledger accounts, okay? So I'm going to just show you this. You remember you have the question. I don't know how I'm going to do this for you if you guys are to see everything, because I didn't necessarily split it up in the nicest way of ways. Let me see what I can do. What if I grab these? Slightly better. And then I can paste these ones over here. It worked out. Okay. So here's the work that we just did. Just want to, maybe I can just delete a few rows here. So much better. So now I want you to do the T account. So the second portion of that question is for you to post these into the general ledger account, and then also to balance them and then prepare the trial balance. So now I'm going to give you another, let me see, how much time are we left with? Pretty soon will be 37. Okay. You know what? 37. How much time are we left with? We're left with an hour and 13 minutes. Okay, I'll give you about 30 minutes to do everything. Post them into the T accounts. So what you're gonna do is, first you're gonna post them into the T accounts, of course, and then you're just gonna put them in the trial balance. Okay, so here is the work. I give you 30 minutes. So now you have 12 minutes until your break. And then when you come back, you're gonna have about 18 minutes. So at 20 past, I'm gonna come to Marco. At 18 minutes past, I'll come, and then we'll mark everything, and then we are done for the day. All right. So I give you 30 minutes for that. All right, that's 18 minutes. So now I'm just gonna grab the format that I've been designing in the background as you guys are busy with your it over here. I'm just gonna create another, call it channel, and paste it in here. Okay, so now here we have our stuff, right? We have our journal. So now we're going to transcribe these into our journal ledger accounts. Okay, first of all, we're going to start with bank. If we go in here, you will see that your bank receipts are sitting at 76,000. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab this and say equals. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to click on the 76,000. That's how much my receipts are. And then I'm going to come over here. My balance. Okay, hold up. What's my balance? Balance. Let me share my whole entire screen because that's what I'm going to need now. And close my second Excel or my third Excel at this point. Okay, that doesn't want to close. It's fine. It can stay open all at once. Whole entire screen. Okay. So if we go back to the workbook, so we have our bank account, right? I just said I'll just said that from here total is 76,000. Okay, but then I said I forgot my balance, so let me just make this a bit bigger, or rather let me just put this there. Okay, so my bank has a debit balance of 129 129,000 rand 400. Okay, then our total payments, I'm just gonna say equals, and my total payments are here, which is my bank account under my CPJ. Okay, so obviously which side is bigger? Obviously this side is bigger, right? I have my balance on the wrong side, of course. Let me just add a line here. Inside row, shift cells down. My balance needs to be here, not there. Thought something was wrong. And then I can move this up. Just want to see something here. This amount plus this amount will give us 205, still smaller than my CPJ. Okay, so I made more payments than I have receipts. Okay, we are working with the month of November, so that's the 30th. That's the 30th. Okay. So now that's gonna be this amount minus these two amounts. Okay, put it in the formula. Put it in the bit. So now this is going to be equal to this amount. And our balance will be there on this side. So we're going to have a negative balance of 8,200. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to grab, where is it? I'm going to grab this and I'm going to duplicate it. Create a copy. I'm going to move it to the end. And then I'll take it this way. and just clear it. Okay. So my bank has a credit balance of 8,200 and 8,265. All right. So obviously I'm going to change a few things, like that is not going to be a thing. Obviously, we'll do them as you go. Okay, bank is done. Next one is my receivables control. Where is that? Here it is. I have a balance of 52,000 Rand for my receivables. And then let's go see what happened. Okay, so my receivables is going to be everything that included credit sales and paying of debtors. Okay, so in my RJ, you'll see in the 12, I have payment to from Raymond, from Rayton Cameras. And then let me see my sales journal. Okay, there's nothing here. Sales journal. I have, why is that not summing up? That's weird. Hold up, sorry, hold up just 1 second. I just need to fix this. Drag that way. Let's see, bank is 201. Okay, that changes everything. Yeah. Okay. So clearly the bigger side is not what I thought was the bigger side. This is my bigger side for my bank account. And I'm just going to say this amount is equal to that one. And then this amount is equal to that minus that. So I actually have a positive balance of that amount. Okay. So that is going to change to this. Okay. Fine with that fixed. Go back. Okay. So now my receivables, 52,000, right? So like I said, and then it's going to be my sales. Oh, I was fixing this. Okay, that's how I came across to seeing that we have an issue. Okay, let me just copy this through so we don't have any more further problems. That's fine. This is not. Drag that up. Grab it this way. And finally, drag that one up as well. And drag that way. Okay. So everything should be fine now. So you'll see our receivables, we have an increase of 71,000 and we have a decrease of 21,000. Okay. So I'm going to come in here. So every time you pay your receivables account, it'll decrease, right? Whenever somebody pays us back, it'll decrease. So on the 12th, we have bank, right? That's ERJ. And the amount that was paid to us is this one here, this 52,000. That's how much is paid to us on the 12th. Okay. Then moving on, we have the more sales, right? So sales and credit. So I'm going to make that the end of the month because you'll see I'm going to take this amount down here. So on the 30th, we have sales as our contract count. So it's sales and VAT. So if there was, what did I do now? If there was allowance for what is this thing, for receivables, I mean for discount granted, it'll be sales plus VAT plus VAT, okay? And then I'm just gonna take this amount here, and I have 70,000, right? So now I have this amount here. Sorry, I have the amount that's gonna come from my sales returns journal, right? So I have sales returns plus VAT. That's coming from my sales returns journal. If I go over there, sales returns journal, receivables going down over there. Okay. And I'm gonna make, okay, hold on, before I make that. Okay, so we are done with our debtors control journal for the time being. So we have everything that we need in there. A new line, I'm gonna grab things and pull them down. I'll just insert a new row right here. Let me insert it like this actually, so not to mess up. Is shift them down. Okay. So I'm gonna put a balance here. So now, which side is going to be bigger? It seems like it's going to be this side. Okay. So I have this amount. So the sum of this which is already there. Subtract this. Carry down, which is that, minus this, minus that. You get 49,000. And that is going to equal that. So we're done with that debtors control. We have a positive balance as well of 49,000. So my receivables have a positive balance of 49,450 rand. Okay, moving on. So the next one we have is our payables, right? So our payables should also have a balance.
Sorry, sir.
Yes.
The screen is frozen.
The screen is frozen.
Yeah.
So you can't see anything moving on the screen?
Right now, there's nothing on the screen.
That is actually like bizarre. Okay. That is bizarre. Don't know what to do about that. Let me just
And other people can't see as well.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna do here then. In that case, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share the memo with you guys. I'm gonna send you an email with the memo. I'll just maybe then just finish this one. I'll send you the actual memo that is before I fix 15%. No. I'll just send you this memo. So I'll just complete this memo and I'll send it to you guys and then look at it. It's the same as yesterday. Just follow it and then we'll end the class here then.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, because there's no point of continuing if the screen is frozen. It's probably like network at this time being bad.
No problem. So it's probably like peak times right now.
Yeah, it's probably peak times. Okay. I'll send this and I'll try to download that recording tomorrow and send it to you guys before our next class. I'll just put a reminder for that. If you do have questions, you can raise your hand. If you don't have any questions, you may leave. The session is done. I'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Thank you, guys.